You ever vented before?
Ooh, nope.
Really? You don't show your feelings? I'll say you don't show
Just
your
like in
feelings?
life, you haven't vented before?
I didn't. I used to not vent.
I know.
Growing up, and then I was like,
used
I
to not
should vent
it.
more often. It feels good.
Yeah, it does.
And I learned.
It's good to communicate and express yourself.
Speaking of communicating, welcome back to We Stayed Late,
Oh, look at that transition.
the podcast where a bunch of media people are talk nonsense.
That's pretty
I like
much.
that we change what it's about every
week.
Every week. I mean, it does though. It changes every week.
It does.
So it's not.
Different
You're
hosts,
not wrong.
different people.
It-
We
it
got to get a
usually
guest
does.
back in here.
I know. We're working on it.
I want some hardcore crossover episodes. I'm not
Yeah,
even going
that'd
to
be
say them
good.
out loud because the fans would come out.
I know. There's.
Well, I
been-
know you get the fans to come after them and go, hey, why haven't you worked out the
know.
scheduling?
Hey, here's what you should do. If you want to see a crossover episode, tweet at the people that you want to see a crossover episode
yeah,
with.
assault them. No, I'm kidding. Don't do
Don't
that. Don't do
I
that,
was like,
please.
no.
I just thought it'd be
But
fun
yeah,
to
tweet
say.
at him, and
Yeah, tweet at them, let them know, be like, hey,
you should get on there.
You should get on there.
Even if it's people we don't know.
That'd
oh,
be
really?
nice.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I'm down with
That's
it.
where I just was like,
No. Like if there's
though.
podcast people, if there's podcasts
Yeah.
that they like
Yeah.
that we're not on,
Okay.
and they have a podcast, just tweet them.
And they live in LA.
That's true.
Yeah.
They do need to live in LA. That's a little too much research, though. We'll weed that out.
I guess. Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let's
Unless we
be
figure
honest.
out Skype.
Everybody in LA has a podcast.
That's true. I
Honestly,
got a Twitter.
yeah.
I got an Instagram. I got a podcast. It's become that. That's become a thing. Everyone's got a podcast.
I mean, it's not the end of the world, right?
No, it's okay. It's
Yeah.
great. It's
That
easy.
means you
But do
can't
they have a
listen to
video
everybody's.
podcast?
You can't listen to everybody's podcast.
Guys.
So.
Yes.
Me and Star and I were talking about we need to hit 1,000 followers.
Oh,
on
Oh,
YouTube.
yeah, on
yeah,
YouTube, yeah.
How are we going to do that, Star?
So Luis, after work late last week,
Late last week.
decided to record himself doing all the Pokemon names.
I did.
With the Pokemon voices.
I did.
It
And
was amazing.
And he posted it to the Slack just willy nilly. Didn't
I
tell
did.
any of us he did it.
Nope.
I just started seeing people talk about this. I'm like, what is this? And I clicked on it. I was like, oh my god! But he didn't post it on the We Stay Late YouTube channel. He posted it on a private
I wanted it
channel.
exclusive for the Slack community.
And then I said, I'm like, oh, this should go on our channel, but as an incentive before it gets posted, maybe like 1,000
we
subscribers.
just need that 1K. You know what I mean?
You know, like
It look
it's
real
I'll
sweet.
take the 1K.
not
The
asking.
1.1.
Not asking for much. It's a baby. It's
Just
a baby
1.2.
channel.
That's all.
1.3.
1.6.
Give me a 1.8.
Little baby channel. If you
me
Like a
listen,
2.5.
Give me 10 million. That's all I'm asking.
so if you listen to the audio version, which most of you do,
Yes.
it would help us out.
Yeah.
If you just also click the little YouTube subscribe button.
It does something with the algorithm.
You have some
does something.
options.
got
And
We don't know what
honestly,
it
We
is.
don't know.
Honestly, I'm not concerned about algorithm. It's just a nice number to be like 1,000.
It is. You're going to look at it, you're like, okay, they got 1K. They're
Yeah,
okay.
it's like a little baby podcast YouTube
We're not
channel.
crawling on our knees.
Well, and
on
our
our
and,
feet
yeah,
now.
and the audio has way more than that. So
Yeah,
it's just
it does.
thank God. So, but it making that video crossover.
Also, then you
is-
guys get to see Luis say Pokemon names.
Yeah. Like my new favorite one is Golding. Golding. Golding.
Is that what she sounds
Golding.
like?
Yes. It's the creep.
fucking
I
weird.
heard it. I was like, that's crazy.
I mean,
Golding.
otherwise, if you want, you could just go to the Slack and like
Hey,
dig
join
through
our
all
Slack.
the files
Hey,
to find it.
we
but
can
it's
get
there.
some more content exclusive for YouTube soon.
It's true. We're gonna work on that.
We're working
'Cause
on
we
it.
Yeah,
have-
our working on it is like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yep.
And then it doesn't. and then
Hey,
nothing
I'm
happens.
planning. I got plans. I got Google spreadsheets.
I just realized these lights are on. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, let's turn those off.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll do that.
Prepare yourself.
Look. Let's see.
Except
it.
the audio people
For
are.
the listeners at home, we're about to change the lighting scheme gradually. Oop. Now we stayed late. That's really dark.
Yeah. Do you want to go adjust it?
I'm gonna go adjust it.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm
Oh,
gonna
answer some questions. Let's ask
I'm
some
gonna ask,
questions.
yeah, I'm gonna ask a question. Okay.
I can turn the lights back on.
This is for
okay.
this is for you, Star.
Oh,
this
is
is from Martin. You've turned into an Overwatch character.
Excellent.
What would be your main weapon, and what would your ultimate be and do?
Ooh.
If it was you.
If it was me.
Yeah. Like not one that already exists. Like, what would your character be? What would your main weapon be? And what would your ultimate do?
Okay, so the way I play, I play very defensively unless I'm playing Diva, which is like she's the only tank I don't mind like just diving into things.
Yeah.
I know my character would probably be pretty squishy.
Squishy.
I'd be a squishy character, which means I would die quickly. I wouldn't be a very like I wouldn't.
Yeah,
be a
that's your
brute.
description. That's how you describe whenever we're playing. That's how you describe when a character dies
that can
quickly.
easily die. Like they're just not like made to take like strong hits. But I play pretty defensively. I would want to do something where I would lay more traps, similar to Symmetra, but not because Symmetra like she makes traps, but it's kind of. Like, I don't know. I'd want my traps to not be able to be spotted very easily.
Like how...
Like a sneakier...
Yeah.
Like, if you could somehow combine Sombra's invisibility with some other trap situations... And, like... But to give a fault to it is, like, maybe the traps don't go off unless I have eye line with the traps.
Interesting. Okay.
So that I would have to actually activate the traps
Yeah,
when
for
I
it
see
to
it.
work.
But they're invisible.
Yeah.
So if someone sees me and they like kill me off or whatever, then the traps don't go off. But if I have the eye line to it,
Yeah.
like maybe something.
Goodbye. We have a friend leaving. Goodbye.
So maybe something like that.
She's trying to be extra quiet, and we drew total attention to her, and
Yes.
now she's struggling with the door.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I think that's along those lines.
Okay.
And I visually some type of maybe like a water
Ooh,
theme.
yeah. That'd be cool.
Like just visual. I don't know.
We don't have anything like that yet.
like a
in
floaty
Overwatch.
water situation, or maybe like an electric situation. I don't know.
Are there spiders on?
Actually, yes. There's a character named Widowmaker, and
Oh.
she's a sniper.
Well, that's
And her
it.
little goggles are like
I'm done.
eyeballs.
You just want to be Widowmaker?
Sure. What's her ultimate?
She can see through walls, and she lets all her other teammates be able to see through walls.
Oh,
so
that's
it's
kinda
like,
lame.
yeah, it's a little useful-ish.
It's useful sometimes.
Sometimes,
I
but
wanna
it's
come
not
in.
like the best ult.
Right. I want
Ooh,
to
I don't know what my ult would be.
Yeah, what would your ult be?
Oh, shit.
Ultimate for people who aren't.
Right. I was like, oh, what is that?
Yeah, it's like your
special
it's like your
power.
special power
Oh
that you would
man,
have.
I need to think about that for a second. I guess if I'm water based, maybe the ground around it turns into like you sink in like it's water for a little bit, so it slows everybody down. Kind
Okay.
of thing.
That's
Like,
kinda
like
cool.
you just
Slippery
turn, like,
slope?
It's like an instant quicksand. Maybe that's it. I'm like quicksand. Or like that's my character. I am quicksand.
And
My little
you set up
traps-
your traps that look
My
like the
little
ground.
they look like
but
the
then when you run
ground.
into it, it
run
stops
into it,
you.
You get
Yeah.
stuck like mud, so it's similar to Junkrats, but like you sink down in it. You can't see it, and the only way to not get caught in it is to like kill my character off. But I don't turn invisible, and I have to have eye line within the thing. So it's like if you see my character, you got to be like, oh shit, there might be spots here. So I think that's a good character.
That sounds good to
I
me.
feel like that's fair. If I give
I just
myself
started
some
playing and I
weaknesses-
like that.
What would your character be, Luis?
Oh well, I said it was a spider, but they already have that.
Well, would you be
Well,
an
she's a
actual spider?
sniper. I mean, you could be maybe some type of like.
I want someone with big arms, just smashing like a. Oh, I guess they already have that. The monkey.
Yeah, you have Winston. Winston does that.
I'm already thinking about them. They already got all the good ideas.
I know.
What
Here's-
else can we get?
Here's what I want to be. I want to
Can I-
be. Okay, go ahead.
I just want to be a big ball, rolling around, smashing people.
That sounds real fun. That sounds fun.
Just
Like a
It's like a
roly poly.
like a roly.
roadhog.
Oh yes, like a roly poly, and then I come out, and then I
like-
start attacking
like
with all my
12
mini-
legs,
with
yeah.
my
It's like
little
miniguns.
Roadhog meets Lucio.
Yeah, a little bit. Roll real fast around the map.
Yeah,
That'd be
Yeah.
cool. What would your ultimate be? What would you be able to do?
I think I would have to be some sort of like Sonic the Hedgehog move, and then it just shoots at you.
That's cool.
Maybe
You
I
could
don't
do
know.
the. It could be like what's his name's where he like flies across the.
Reinhardt.
Yeah.
like a ping pong.
Reinhardt pins people.
pinball.
He has one dart thing and he'll pin you, but
He's
can't
gonna have like 12
but
guns.
but he can't like move when he does it.
When he unroly polies out, they're not very good, obviously.
Right,
you
but there's
know?
a bunch of them.
But there's a bunch of them. Maybe he can aim many people at once.
Ooh,
but it's
that's
like
cool.
It's
That's
like a,
that's a McCree. That you got one of those. You got a
He's got-
McCree and a 76 that can
are
do
those
that.
low-level hitting guns?
Those are they're their basic guns. They can do that.
But if you had lots
Because
of
what's her
arms,
name? The one who like zips Tracer.
Tracer.
Tracer. Her guns aren't that powerful.
No.
they're like
No,
at a
no.
lower
She's
level.
she's like designed to
She's designed to kind of be in and out.
be a
Right.
to
Be
be a
annoying.
nuisance.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
her
so I could
main
roly
thing.
poly shell up, bust out, get 12
You could be an
guns.
armadillo.
Boom. Armadillo. Don't mess
That's
with
pretty
Tex.
cool.
He's got a little cowboy hat. Maybe
An eye
There's
patch?
already
Eye
a
patch?
character with a cowboy hat.
Maybe that's his partner.
And I think
He
that somebody
abandoned
else
him down the
would-
river, and he came back. It's like, you abandoned me.
Honestly,
son
that
of
would
a
actually
bitch.
fit
Son of
within
a-
the lore. He was part of a gang. I forget what they were called, but he
Billy's
was part of
Five.
some gang. And then Reaper's character, before he turned into Reaper, Reyes, he like took McCree in because he was like a kid.
Oh
in
yeah,
this
that's
gang.
right.
The
He
Western boy?
Yeah, and he took him in, and they were part of Blackwatch, which was
Ooh.
like the undercover group of Overwatch. But then Blackwatch became bad.
Oh no. That's why they
That's
shouldn't
the
have named. They
backstory.
shouldn't have named themselves Blackwatch.
I know.
That was
That
doomed
was
to
their
be bad.
first mistake.
Well, sometimes you have to have a group of people doing dirty shit for in the name of good, and then of course it all goes to shit when you do that.
What can we do?
I want to basically have Animagus ability.
Okay. You
So
wanna
I
turn-
could like turn into like a
wanna be like a
bear
Beast
or a
Boy?
yeah,
Oh,
like just become like a well, because what's his name already does that. Winston already like becomes like a monster,
Yeah.
but I want to become like I want to go from being like some sort of person to like then becoming an animal that can run across the map really fast.
That's pretty
And
good.
then like bite somebody else.
Rip his head off.
Yeah,
You just want to give those poor like game designers the hardest like.
I just want to fuck their shit up.
Yeah, because how would you? Okay, say you
Now I
have
want
like
to see drawings of this.
say you have like 2 or 3 transformations.
Okay.
You know, like you have like say you have a small thing that you
Yeah.
can turn into a
mouse.
medium-sized thing,
Uh-huh.
To sneak around,
and like a big thing.
a bobcat, and then an
Each
elephant.
one of those things would also need its own skin, special skins.
Hell yeah, they make more money off loot boxes. I'm helping them out.
No, because each character usually for every skin, it's like one design, and then they can do all the stuff. Your character would require 3 versions of a skin each time.
Get at me.
That would
Get at him.
as like on the animator
Blizzard, get
side
at
of
me.
it. I'm just like I'm shaking my head. I'm like, oh my god, no.
What if he just could turn into one thing though? What if he just like could transform? Oh, you know what? You know, actually, I want
One
to do.
thing's fine.
I think. Well, I don't know how that would work. It'd be kind of cool to be able to transform into another character and like
Like
so
a
people
Ditto?
think that you're them. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
So you could take on the powers
You
of
could be
whatever's
called
shooting at you.
Copycat.
Yeah.
You
And he'd
copycat.
just be whatever is shooting at him or whatever's like around him.
He's
he
a
becomes.
dog, but he's actually a
Or you could
copycat.
call like
Yeah.
mimic. You could be either like
Like
mimic,
mimic.
or copycat or Ditto.
And it could be a robot. It could be a robot that Sombra made. Because she's like a hacker, so she could have made like a thing that could
I like
replicate what's
this.
around
I'm
her.
into this. Yeah, okay, I'm back
And then
on
you
board.
get to,
back on
and then you
board.
get to play any of them. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that would be great.
Yeah, it'd be real fun.
What would your alt be though? Because you wouldn't be able to have the alt of those other characters. You'd have to have your own.
It could be that I can make multiple copies of myself.
Oh.
It'd be
pretty
like
good.
an army,
Oh.
and they'd be like a bunch of the yeah.
I dig it. I dig it. Get on it,
Could
Blizzard.
be cool. Blizzard.
Did you guys see? Speaking of Blizzard, did you guys see any of like the concept art? Blizzard released their Art of Overwatch book.
No,
This
I haven't
weekend.
seen it. I'm so excited. I really want to go, but
People
I
have
couldn't.
been, like,
I was gone.
I went and it was fine. Like it was like it's a small. I've gone to that gallery before. It's like a quickie art show thing. I thought they would have more art that I hadn't seen before,
Oh yeah.
but it's all in the book, and then I didn't want to buy the book because it's like $50.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm saving up
I'm
right
gonna
now.
I'm gonna buy the book
But
at some
point I will. But people, of course,
'Cause
have
I
been
love those.
posting like snippets of it online, and like there's a big deal over like the concept art of the original Mercy. Because Mercy, if you don't know, she's like this Swedish blonde, awesome, like kind soul in the game. She's literally an angel. She can bring you back to life.
Aw.
She's a fun character to play.
Yeah, she's really fun.
Her original concept, same thing, except it was like a big burly black dude.
What?
Same hair too. Like just imagine like a tall, beefy black dude Mercy. And everyone's just like, what happened to this? This is a great design. And they've named him Angelo. Like they've just trying to like
Do you look like Idris Elba?
no. He just looked like
I'm gonna look it up.
He looked like a soft, gentle
Oh,
man.
well, gentle giant.
But he's like big. And so now like because people still love Mercy. Like no one wants like the Mercy we have in the game to go away. But people also want this Mercy too.
could be a
Like
brother.
we want both. And that's the thing. People are saying they're brothers. Here's the thing. Current Mercy's very like pale blonde
Yeah,
Swedish
she's
woman.
very white.
And like this version is clearly not, but I still want them to be siblings
Yeah.
with zero explanation to it. I don't want them to say adopted. I'm like, no, they're blood related. They just are. it is what it is. Because they still have the same hair. They both have like straight blonde hair.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit happening.
And
There's a monkey.
I want him to be Swedish still.
There's a monkey. Oh my god, I'm looking it up right now.
And I
It's
want
so
him to
fucking
be,
cool.
I want him to be her little brother.
That's awesome.
Who also wants to be a doctor. And
Aw.
everyone's just like, little brother? Because he's like this big.
He's
like,
the big guy.
Yeah, like somebody made a comic on that. I just retweeted that like a second ago well, it won't be a second when this goes out.
Yeah,
but,
it'll be a while ago.
yeah, but it's just, I love it. I want more art. I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm looking at
anybody's
it right
made-
now, and it look. I mean, here's the thing: is like they're so mechy. They're like very mech. Like the stuff is very mech oriented. So you could just be like, oh yeah, they were generated in the same like petri dish.
Oh yeah, she has
you
like
know?
a weird backstory too. She's like really old and looks like she's super young
Mm.
because she's a scientist and she like
Be a scientist. Look
she
young.
knows how to bring people back to life. So she knows how to also stay young forever. So it would make sense. I like it. I want it. I don't know how they would add him to the game because I want the design to be the same. But if somehow they made like a secondary Mercy skin where it's just like, oh, if you get this, you could play as her like big little brother or something, I'd be like, yes, please. That would be fun.
I know. I love those art books. I have a bunch of them. And when we were doing I love just looking through them and like getting inspiration for things and like seeing the way they come up with the final designs. And like when we had we did the Star Wars event at SourceFed, and I got the book. And we brought it in and we just like scoured through it because it is so cool just to see like such talented artists just laying everything out. I mean, they just work for days, months on all of these designs. So I really, really want to go to that
and
event.
then it doesn't like obviously they use
make
them, but most of this art just kind of lays in somebody's office or just stays in somebody's computer.
But I mean,
It's
So
going
it serves as inspiration.
Yeah, it's
you
just like,
know,
oh,
like they
okay, I
hang
get
it up
this
around the
idea.
office, and then
Yeah,
they get
that's
like
true.
they get the feel. Because otherwise, I mean, if you don't have stuff around you, it makes it hard to not remember, but like it. I don't know. It creates like an atmosphere,
does.
right?
It's just like when you put on a soundtrack or music,
Yeah,
it creates an atmosphere.
That's an
Visuals,
auditory.
yeah.
It's a visual soundtrack.
If you're eating something, it creates an environment.
right?
Watching Star Wars, I'm going to eat.
Oh, don't do that. Oh.
What other questions have we got?
Ooh,
I
boy.
feel like this is going to be a questiony podcast.
Have you ever done any trips to foreign countries? What's your favorite? And if not, where do you want to go?
Yeah, I've been around.
Where have you been around?
I've been to St. Martin. I've been to England.
you were
I've
just
been
there.
to Paris.
I'm wearing the shirt that you got me.
Yeah. I've
Look at that.
been-
Representing.
Zoom and enhance.
I've been to Mexico. I've been to the Bahamas. No, wait.
Jeez.
Bahamas? Yeah, I've been to the Bahamas. I think I might have. Maybe for like a day trip.
A day trip?
Yeah, you could just take a boat from in Miami. You go.
Man.
Maybe did I? I went
That's
on
the
some
Miami
boat,
life.
went somewhere, and came back. Yes, I have been to the Bahamas. Okay, I'm like, wait, no, I definitely have gone, but it was like a quick. It was super quick.
Quick little turnaround.
Where else have I gone? I'm trying to think. I haven't been to South America yet.
What's your favorite place to go? Like, if you could go somewhere again, where would you go?
If I could go somewhere again, oh man, this is hard because I want to go back to Paris, but not Paris. I want to go back to the Louvre.
Yeah.
I don't care about anywhere else in that city. I need a full 2 days to explore that museum and look at everything.
Yeah.
When I went, I was tagging along as like a behind the scenes photographer person for another podcast, which I don't want to mention because I don't get along with that person anymore.
Aw.
But they're not good people.
Enemy of the podcast.
But still
Come at us.
But still, good opportunity to be able to go overseas. So for that, I will always appreciate. But they didn't really want to explore Paris when we got there for various reasons, and was not into walking everywhere. Because apparently, if you go to Europe, you gotta walk.
You gotta
everywhere,
walk.
like
That's
everywhere.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just because that's what
yourself
the
a
city.
disservice,
That's how
you
it's
know?
built.
Every footstep you take is going to be like, my God, there's so much history here.
Yeah.
Right.
One more step, holy shit, there's more
So
history.
that's what's so crazy
but
about
there's like
Europe.
a lot of like
Yeah.
drama. There was a lot of drama going on, but we like went to the Louvre because it was like we're going to the Louvre because we're
Right.
here.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
else?
duh.
What else
Yeah.
are we doing? And like the guy was just kind of like threw like a fit all day. So I only got to explore like one wing because it was like we're going in, we're leaving. I was like, damn it. So like I rushed around, saw a couple things, and I was like, I need to come back here. But the rest of Paris was like, it was fine. Like, but I mean, and it's pretty, but I don't know. Like, there's a lot of stereotypes about Paris that at least we experienced that were true. where it was just like, oh,
Like
people
what?
weren't very nice.
Yeah.
And I didn't know any French, so like obviously, like, and I understand there's like, I'm not expecting people to be like, you know, like super nice if you don't speak a language, but at
Yeah.
the same time, it's just like,
Don't try
I
to
don't
go in
know.
there speaking Spanish either. Even though it's a romantic language, they take high offense to that. Because I went to Italy and I tried to get by on my Spanish.
and they were like,
You know,
no.
and they were like, "Oh, okay." Like it was a hit and miss. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
French, absolutely not. Do not even like bring that language into
Get that
our
shit
country.
outta
Yeah.
here.
Luckily, in the group I went with, we had a French Canadian, so he was the only one who was able to like truly
Right.
communicate. And there was like one of their fans who was French, who was super nice, and like took us out to dinner, and was just like, she was awesome, and like was like teaching us like the different types of foods. But she like also wanted us to try like stuff that was like really different. So I had
Caviar.
no, it was like
Caviar?
it's like the raw beef, the tartare.
Oh
Caviar.
yes, beef tartare.
Yeah. She brought that out and was just like, I know this is weird, but
Yeah.
this is like a thing here. Like, please try it. And they weren't.
I
No
don't-
one was trying it. And I was like, I don't want to try this, but this is a guest who's like being nice to us and is like, you know, showing us around. So she was like, you put some lime on it. Here you go. And I was just like, this is like beef. I had to like be like, this is like sushi. It's beef
Yeah.
sushi. Here we go. And I tried it. It didn't taste bad.
It's different.
Okay,
Not
I
for
don't
me,
know
not
what it
for
is.
me.
What is it?
It's a slice of raw beef. It's like a salami size
What
slice
kind?
beef. I don't know.
It kind of
Beef.
looks like dog food, but it's good.
Okay.
No, it just looks like it was like to me. It looked
I
like
just know if it's like steak or is it like ground beef or is it like
It's like
cut
pate,
of a-
isn't it?
No. This was like it's like to me. It was like a slice of salami, but it was a slice of raw beef. Like it was a sliver of
Interesting.
of
Was it
beef.
dried?
no raw,
Raw.
like straight up. Like you went to the butcher and was like, I want that, and you took a bite out of it. And like
Interesting.
you put lime on it, and lime does cook. It's kind of like if you have a ceviche, where it's like if you like ceviche is raw fish, but the lime or the
Cooks it.
lemon
like
cooks it.
yeah.
It's that. So you have that with a little bit of lemon. And like I said, tasted good. The texture was just not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really mad that the rest of the group wasn't eating it too, because it's like, hey, like
They weren't
be
ready
nice-
to go to France. Those
be ni-
people.
No, I, honestly though, like
Doesn't
need-
sound like a good
their
group to
original-
travel
No, you gotta
the
be a
original
Look, here's the thing.
trip
If-
wasn't supposed to meant to go to Paris at all. It was supposed to just be a London trip, and the guy's girlfriend wanted to go to Paris, and then they like broke up right before the trip. So it was one of those where it was already paid for.
Yeah.
And she was not there, so it was a lot of like moping.
Oh.
That's really why. So
Here's
I
the thing,
can't
if we-
blame for
if we
that, but
get-
at the same
yeah.
time, it's like you're in fucking Europe. You paid for it.
yeah, you've already paid.
You've already paid all of the yeah.
Yeah.
If we get enough sponsor money, we're fucking going.
Oh my God, we stayed
making a
late in
tour.
Europe.
Please, like I would love to. Yeah, I will. And yeah.
We'll do live podcasts from the Louvre.
Holy shit,
They
sir!
won't-
You're not allowed to
they
be
won't-
here.
I was like,
Oh no,
oh.
fuck you! We got a podcast.
I was like, oh, that's not gonna fly. They won't let us do that.
Yo soy podcast.
Yeah.
That's how you say I am podcast, right?
French.
Okay.
And like, it was very beautiful. Only other complaint outside of like not being able to like communicate very well was you'd be walking around and it's like this gorgeous like city, and you're just like, this is so pretty, and you turn a corner, and then you'd get a wave of like urine smell.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
I saw a man
because
shit
you have to
in
because you have
Paris.
to pay
Just
for
taking a shit.
all the public restrooms.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so since you have to pay for all the public restrooms, people go, I still have to piss though.
That's the dumbest thing.
And so
Why
they
do you?
So dumb.
So they
You're-
pee like around it and like everywhere else. So like you'll be walking around and it'll be beautiful, and then you're just the odor was not pleasant.
I'm gonna make a
But I,
I'm gonna make a
again,
controversial
understand
opinion when
why
you get
that's
done.
happening because
Yes, because
You're-
you can't. They can't pay for the bathrooms. Yeah.
so
My controversial opinion is I went all over Europe before I worked at SourceFed.
Uh-huh.
I did like a whole, and you guys have heard me talk about this. My whole like Europe trip where we went a bunch of places. I get it. I don't like Paris like at all. I didn't like Paris.
it's one of those things where
one
it's just like it's
bit. I
beautiful.
didn't
but
like it.
something's Just,
I did, and there are so many people that I've talked to
Yeah.
that I've shared that opinion with who loved it and are like, but it's Paris, and like they love it. And look, I get it. If you love it, if that's
Yeah.
your city, like please enjoy it. Don't let me take away from
food
the fact
was good.
the food was great.
Oh
but
man,
but
yeah.
I just did not. It didn't click for me. I didn't have a good time. I'll tell you where I did though.
Where?
And you guys have heard me say this before. I'm gonna say it again. Copenhagen, in Denmark.
I want to
Best-
go to those
best place I've been to.
Slavic countries. That's a Slavic
what?
country?
No, that's a Denmark is by Sweden.
Isn't that Slavic?
No, I don't think so.
I think Slavic's
I'm gonna
like
look it up.
Eastern European.
Yeah.
God damn it!
I
What
think
about those
that's a
like
Polish
Norway?
situation.
Oh, you're talking about
You're thinking Nordic.
Nordic.
Yes.
Apologies to the Slavic community. I meant Nordic.
Slavic are Russia, Belarus, Ukraine,
Okay, yes.
Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia.
I'd love to check out the Nordic people.
Yes.
I'd love to check out Japan.
Yeah,
Japan.
I feel like
wanna go to
that would
Japan.
blow my
That's where
mind.
I really want to go.
And
Oh, man.
I want to check out Australia.
Yeah, we gotta go to
Yeah.
Australia.
Go
and
to-
jump over
I
to
go
New
to-
Zealand.
Go to Melbourne. Go to Perth. Go to Adelaide. What else do I know? Sydney. Come on. What other cities?
When we were meeting with somebody, and they were from Australia.
Slabatinis. You want to go to Slabatinis?
Luis and
Taking
I,
the piss?
Luis and I met this person who was from Australia, and Luis was so excited because he knew from the Slack.
Oh
people,
yes.
all these places in Australia.
From the Great Mates podcast.
From the Great Mates podcast, knew all of these places in Australia.
You're from Australia?
And
Oh,
was
where
so
are you
excited
from?
to like be able to know
Yeah.
probably where she was from, like actually know the city. And
We talking Melbourne? We're talking Adelaide? What are we talking about?
she was like,
I'm from
I'm from
Sydney.
Sydney. And we're like,
Oh.
God damn it.
Well then,
From
okay.
From the
that's-
place
everyone knows that.
Everybody
yeah.
knows Sydney. You're not gonna show off. It
Yeah.
was sad. But
I
yeah,
want to go. I want to go to Australia to see like all the animals. I want to see all of.
I want to see all the things that
I
want to
want-
kill me.
Yeah, pretty much. I want to see. I don't want to see the bugs. I just want to see like all the bigger things.
Ooh, we should shout out to the Great Mates.
Shout
we
out-
haven't done a shout out to them
No, we
before.
haven't.
Shout out to the Great Mates. They do a podcast. They're fans of this. Started as fans
It's
of
a
this
weird
podcast,
spin-off. It's a weird.
and then they decided to go on and do their own podcast from Australia. So they do awesome.
They met on the Slack.
They met on
Great
the Slack.
things are happening there. I'm telling you. You're
I
not
know.
listening to me. You're afraid. Don't be afraid. It's okay. But great things. Yeah, they have a podcast. If you love Australians or you want to know more about them or you just like those, like to hear about
Australia,
Australia.
Yeah.
and their lives.
And listen, they're great mates over there.
they are. It's in their
Okay?
name.
It's in their name.
So yeah, so I got to go. Okay, so I'm gonna listen. So we flew into, and I recommend doing this if you have the opportunity. I think it was like $2,500. We did it for $2,500 a person for 3 weeks,
That's not bad at all.
which is
Not
not bad at all.
bad.
So I highly recommend it if you have the chance to do it because it fucking changed my world. But we went we flew into Copenhagen, stayed there for a night, then went to Rome, then flew down to Rome, and it was basically you can get flights where you can do a layover in another city for an extended period of time. So you can just look up like layover flights traveling,
Right.
and they'll give you layovers. So like that first one, we had a layover for literally a whole day that we got to spend in Copenhagen, which is really cool. And then jumped on the connecting flight to Rome. Then did Rome and Naples, and then did.
This sounds so stressful to me.
No, so we
It's
stayed at
fun, yeah.
hostels. Yeah, we stayed at hostels, and we got a rail pass. And so we basically got to like stay at each place for a couple of days. And then we caught a train and went to the next place. So we went to Naples, and then we went up to Switzerland. We went to Bern and Interlaken, or maybe just Interlaken. No, we went to both, Bern and Interlaken. And then we went up to Paris, and then we went over to Amsterdam, and then came back down to Rome, and then flew back to Copenhagen and stayed there for 3 days as a layover, and then came back home. So it was crazy.
Amazing.
That sounds super cool.
It was
'cause
fucking
it's 3 weeks, but
Yeah.
at
Oh,
the same
it
time,
was
in my
so
head, I'm like,
awesome. It was the best
oh, that
experience.
sounds so stressful.
And
oh
then
my
and
god.
then
oh my
okay,
god.
so everything was going
did you
great.
have to pick each spot?
So I planned the whole thing out ahead of time. I knew exactly where we were staying. I
Yeah.
knew each hostel we were staying at, how long we were staying there. I knew what trains we were taking to get to where. And I knew the railway pass we needed to be able to jump between all of that. So I planned the whole trip beforehand, booked everything,
Too stressful.
and then we went. And yeah, it was crazy.
It's
but
like pre-production.
it is. It's
Once
exactly
you get
what it's like.
pre-production, you start filming. You just ride that
Ride that train.
Ride that
See,
train.
I would have probably paid. I mean, this sucks. This is why I'm broke too, because I would have paid an extra like $1,000 for someone else to plan all that for me, and be like, can you be my like travel buddy? Like, just don't. I don't want to think about it. Just tell me where we're going. Where am I? Can I bring my computer? Can I charge my stuff?
But see, the crazy part was that we got to stay at all the hostels that are there. So we didn't stay in any hotels. We stayed at pretty much all hostels that had a bunch of other people in them in the same
That sounds
room
so much
on
more
bunks.
stressful too. I'm like, no.
And so, but it was this whole experience because we met so many cool people traveling. And then when we were in Rome, we took this underground. So if you go to Rome, there's a guy who reminds me of Indiana Jones. He's fucking cool, and he does these. He's outside. We met him outside of the Colosseum. He's walking around. He looks like Indiana Jones, and he does tours. But he does tours of things that you wouldn't normally. He doesn't do like a standard tour.
Right.
He does like the tour of the shit that you wouldn't normally go and see. And so, so we did that tour of the Colosseum, and he was awesome. And then he was like, "I'm doing another tour tomorrow." And it's our underground Italy or underground Rome tour. We're basically going to take you to all of the spots that are literally underground.
The catacombs.
So we didn't do the catacombs, but we did because that's like its own. He does the catacombs tour in Paris, but he did the one in Rome. Where we went into like the chambers underground where they would keep prisoners, and we went to like all of these. We went to the to like this old this like old ancient city that was kind of hidden, and yeah, it was really cool because we kind of got all these spots that you wouldn't normally go to. But that was a really cool experience. So those were totally worth it. And then that night we went to a restaurant. This awesome restaurant that was like we never would have found.
Yeah.
But he was like, this is the best place to go. After a long day of like touring, so we're gonna go there, and took us this little spot. And we sat outside the spot, and we met this couple who live in the north of the UK, like the northern area of the UK, almost into Scotland, and we became really good friends with them. And then we went on the tour the next day with them, and then we've stayed in contact with them. And then she is now she like does airline. She's like what's it called? A steward? What's that called?
Airline steward?
Yeah, like the people on the plane.
Flight attendant.
Yes,
She's a flight attendant. So now she flies into San Diego, and we go down to see her when she's here. And now they're coming to our wedding, and we're going to our wedding.
They're coming to the wedding?
Yeah, so it's just like
They're from
cool.
Scotland?
They're from northern UK.
Northern UK, yeah. They got that accent.
Yeah, they have a Scottish, like it's a Scottish
Scotland?
English accent.
That's
it's
not
really
it.
fucking cool. But yeah, so it's cool
that's
because like we
awesome.
made this connection, and now we have a spot to go to. If we ever go
beautiful.
to the UK, we can go and stay with them. But it's just cool. You meet people like that as long as
this
you're
shows
like.
you my anti-socialness. I'm just like all of that. No, I was just like I would just want to go and like explore. Like I would want a guide, but I would very very much like stick to the guide, and then I'd be like, I don't need to talk to anybody. I'm just literally here to look at some art and museums and eat a lot of cool food.
Yeah. It was really
Yeah,
cool
the
though
food's
to meet
good.
all the people in the hostels because they're all like your age.
Yeah.
They're all pretty young. And so you get to know them, and it's super fucking cheap. It's like $30 a night some places,
But
which is
there's strangers and you have
insane.
to share rooms and you have to share
yeah,
the
but
bathroom.
it's an
and-
experience. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's like a and then when we were I'm gonna finish the story. Then when we were in Amsterdam, which I didn't really actually like very much. It was fine.
Was it dirty?
No, Amsterdam's clean as fuck.
Amsterdam's super clean. It just
Was it boring?
It just felt. I don't know. It felt really strange. It just has a weird atmosphere. I don't know if it was just where we were in the trip.
It's
or
a massive city.
Also, I don't
that's
do drugs,
weirdly
and that's
clean.
kind
Right.
of like one of the main things
I went
you
to
do
Amsterdam,
there.
didn't do any drugs because that's where my family is, and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
like, I went with my mom, so like there was no like partying, but it was just like, oh, let's visit. But
I liked all
Holland's
the areas
dope.
outside of like around Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for some reason, the city, I don't know, it just didn't hit me the same way that other places did. And
sense.
honestly, it probably was also that we had already seen so many other places that
Yeah.
it was like it's just another city. Like at some point, it's like
You have
it's
to go to
just another
You have
city.
to go to the Rembrandt Museum. It was real cool. Rembrandt Museum.
Which one's I went to what's it called? The house, Anne Frank's house.
Oh, see, I like it was.
Yeah,
Those were
it
the two
was
options.
so-
It was just
it was
like
so crazy. It
today
was
we have time for
mind-blowing.
Anne Frank house or Rembrandt, and I was just like, I'm gonna go to see Rembrandt. I want like I'm gonna always pick like art stuff.
Yeah.
I want to see all that.
Well, Hannah's Jewish, so she was like, we have to go to the place where Anne Frank was.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
was like, so anyway, so we had a really great time though. I mean, none of it was bad. There was nothing bad. It just was like some cities were like, eh.
Yeah.
And so we're going to leave Amsterdam, and we heard that there was a railway strike in one of the countries. I think it was Germany. That there was a
Deutschland.
that there was a railway strike,
Man,
and I'm
now I
gonna look
want,
it up
like,
right
fish
now.
and chips. Now I'm
Deutschland.
hungry.
I know. I just want to make sure I get this right. Okay,
Alemania.
yeah. So we were in Amsterdam. So Germany had a railway strike, and we were supposed to take a train through Germany. If you guys don't know where Amsterdam is, it's in the Netherlands, and the Netherlands are bordered on the top by water, by the ocean. Across the ocean is England.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the south by both Germany and Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
And our train was supposed to go through Germany and then through France and down back into Italy, back to Rome. We were going to fly out.
Yeah.
Germany was on a railway strike, so we couldn't take a train through there. And they're like, okay, well, we're going to reroute you through Belgium because Belgium is below there as well, and we'll just get you on a train through there. And then the morning we were supposed to leave, Belgium had a railway strike.
Damn.
And it was like right before we were supposed to leave that they were like, yeah, the train isn't coming. And our flight was supposed to pick us up like the next day from Rome.
Yeah.
So we're freaking the fuck out. And we were stuck. We couldn't go anywhere. I mean, there were none of the trains were running. So we're like, what do we do? Do we rent a car and drive? But we couldn't get there in time because it was so far and we had to drive through so many countries. And like, it would be nuts to try and do that. Because I mean, you know, the Amsterdam and Italy are pretty far apart. And so we stayed a night at the hotel that they paid for because the train got canceled. We were supposed to take an overnight train back to Rome. And then we were like, fuck it. And we just booked a flight from the Netherlands back down to Rome and then booked it. Then it was a total Hail Mary, but there were 2 seats left on the flight.
Did you get one of those like cheap?
Yeah,
like
Ryanair's.
Ryanair.
So cheap.
Yep.
Yeah,
I used to fly out of Ryanair.
ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
I'll make this quick because I want to get to more questions. But I've been to Europe a lot. I've been in Rome a lot. Probably, if I had to say the amount of time I've been there, probably a month.
What? I didn't know that. You spent a month in Rome?
Well, okay.
Over the course of time.
Over the course of time. I probably went to Rome about 4 times.
Okay.
I went to a Catholic school, and so we had a lot of...
okay. That
so
makes
we had a
sense.
lot of Rome
Yeah.
trips.
We're playing
food real
footsies.
good?
There we are. Ooh, little feet.
Ooh, little feet.
Oh, yes, the food is good. The
food's
gelato,
so
the
good.
gelato is so good.
I just want to go to Rome to eat.
Have you
It
been to
is
Naples?
so beautiful. I don't know, but I went to the little end of the boot called Termini.
Yes.
So, like, I was in that area of the Mediterranean, like the very blue seas.
Yeah.
And, like, oh, my God. But everything about Italy is just beautiful.
Yeah.
And amazing. And I was there but when before the euro came, so I still had lira money going around.
Yep.
So Italy's awesome. I got lost there. I came into a flight. Someone was supposed to pick us up. They didn't pick us up. They went to the other international airport. So we were like lost in Rome.
Oh, yeah, because there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
went to the small one, and they went to the big one. So we were lost in Rome, me and this other guy, for like a whole day. But luckily, him and me had been to Rome about like twice.
Okay, so you were like,
And we're like, we know we need to get there, so let's get to this hotel, and then from that hotel, we know the building's over there. And then we had him call his mom, who called the people back to Rome. It was a big old mess.
But you got to explore.
We got to explore. It was nice. And then I've been to Paris, where I saw a man take a shit in public.
As you do.
As you do. Walked to the Eiffel Tower after a nice little drunk night.
What'd you think of the Eiffel Tower?
it's cool.
It was. I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I
That's
thought.
all right.
It's just
I was
big
kind
metal
of-
structure.
I was a little
It was cool,
disappointed
though.
about the grass around it.
Yeah.
It was kind of dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
when I
know.
went, it was fine.
It looked like they weren't taking care of that. It's the one thing you have. You got to take care of the Eiffel Tower. Anyway, but that was
Yeah,
also.
you hear us, Paris?
Hey, Paris,
I
take
was
care of your
calling you out.
goddamn lawn.
I'm pretty sure they have more than one thing.
You got one thing.
You got one thing there.
the Eiffel Tower. When people think I'm gonna have
Don't
my
they have-
prom, I'm gonna have a Paris themed prom. What do you think they're gonna put?
I mean,
Eiffel
you go to
Tower?
Vegas,
Eiffel Tower?
You could go
They're
to
not gonna put the
Vegas
Louvre.
for your Paris.
I guess that's true. But listen, I remember when I went to Paris, I was still in high school, and I think I had one of my first like drunk experiences there. And they gave us these tall giraffe-looking beer things. They're like I don't know, 4 feet tall, filled with beer. This was my friends. It was in high school, so it was like, you know, you could drink there. And I remember just walking in the bathroom, and I'm like, I had one of those first drunk moments where it's like, oh my God. And I'm in a mirror. I'm in a restroom, small. I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in Europe, and I'm fucking drunk. And I'm just like touching myself. Like it's one of those first
Touching your head.
Touching my head. Yeah, listeners at home, I'm touching my head. And it's just one of those.
Let's be very clear because in the video version, it's very clear what you're doing. The audio version, when you say
very
that.
unclear.
Very unclear
I forget
what you're
that you're
doing.
there, little podcasters. So I have like very, yes, that was very cool. And then we walked the Eiffel Tower drunk. So that was fun. And then been to Spain. and
Did you like Spain? I didn't get to go to Spain. I really want to go.
I went to Spain when I was really young, so
Oh,
I
okay.
don't really remember it.
Got it.
And then I went to Jamaica. Obviously, I've been there.
Jamaica.
Where
Yeah, you were just there.
I was just there for my birthday. And Olivia, I am back from Jamaica. Inside Slack joke. And I went to. I already forgot where I went to. Oh well.
It was fun though.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where else did I go? Spain, Italy, France, England.
Mexico?
England was great. Mexico. England was great. I liked England.
Isn't it funny
I've
how you
never been
don't
to
count
England.
your like home stuff? I'm like, yeah, Mrs. Martin, but I'm like, that's like home though.
Yeah,
I
I
was
count
like,
Mexico.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm like that's different.
I count Mexico.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I count
Yeah.
Mexico because it's I remember because I mean the thing is it's so close that you almost don't count
there's
it.
di-
You know what
right.
I mean? But like we went to Tulum when I went to Mexico.
Yeah, so that's like near the like southwest.
yeah, and it's like right near,
Near Cancun.
Yeah, and we went to the Aztec.
Very cool.
that's
Yeah.
Stuff,
dope,
and
that's
so
dope.
that's why I count it because it's like that made
Yeah.
the experience.
So my parents are from the north, so we're
Okay.
norteños, and we're very loud people. It's, I'm loud. And then, but Mexico City has those Aztec ones too. You know what I mean?
Like the pyramids.
The pyramids.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's they have like the sun pyramid and the moon pyramid. You can go up there and you can praise the sun and all that.
Oh, you know what? I don't think it's the Aztecs where we went. I think it was the Mayans.
The Mayans.
That's
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
I thought mine was further south.
No, oh, Tulum.
Tulum.
The
is
place
okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah, I
And then
made
the
that
Aztecs
mistake.
are like Mexico City.
Okay,
Where like
yeah, I
the
was
city's like
wait,
built.
Somebody who knows their like ancient history is just slamming their head against
This
the wall.
is not right.
It's not Aztec. It's Mayan.
Oh, hey, how
Sorry,
about you?
I'm sorry. I corrected myself because yeah.
How about you join the Slack and let us know that we're doing something wrong? Okay, I'll
You
lay
join the
off.
Slack.
All right, next question.
Next question.
Okay. Hold
More
on.
questions.
Hold on. Okay. This one's really hard.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Who is it from?
It's from Martin. He posted
Martin.
a bunch of them.
Oh.
Thank you, Martin. If you have to lose one of your 5 senses, which one would you give up?
Ooh, I think I've already answered this one before.
Oh, really? On
Yeah.
the podcast?
I think it was gonna be sense of smell.
Did we talk about this?
If you lose your sense of smell, you lose your
Nope,
sense of taste.
separate. If I could separate the two,
You
I know we've had
can't,
this
though.
discussion before.
You
It's source
can't
fed.
separate it.
If you could separate smell and taste, if you could.
But you can't.
But you can't.
So which one
Son
are
of
you
a
choosing?
bitch.
So to clarify, it's
So you're knocking
sight,
out 2 senses at
sight,
once.
hearing, smell,
Smell/taste,
smell/taste.
right?
What are maybe touch?
Touch.
Is there another one?
And then you can see ghosts. That's the 6th one.
I'm dead. It's over.
I'm dead.
That was the peak of
Yeah,
the podcast.
if you could separate smell from taste,
If you
then
could
yes,
separate.
I would get rid of smell. But if you can't, what would you
Okay.
take?
That's now okay. Well, son of a bitch. If I had to pick, I guess I would have to lose sense of.
I mean, it all sucks.
That all sucks.
It all sucks.
Food. As I get older, I'm loving food more and more.
Yeah, I feel like
As a kid, I didn't
ugh.
care, but now I love food.
Yeah, even when we were source fed, you didn't care. Remember?
No.
There was a point where,
Where I
where that
turned.
changed.
Yeah, there was a turning point. I was like, guys, I love the taste of food.
Because you wanted Soylent. You were like, I'm down just to have Soylent. And
Okay,
not
well,
eat.
okay, you know what though? If I'm editing a long day, I'll have Soylent
Oh
for
no,
days.
so totally, and I will too. I'm just saying there was a point where you're like, I don't really care about food, and then you
Right.
changed.
I
Something
did.
happened.
Something happened.
you had something
Like
real
Spider-Man, all the little DNA
Yeah,
start.
You had some good food.
I
I
did.
feel like for me, I mean, it all sucks no matter what. I would probably lose hearing
That's exactly what I would lose.
just because
Yep.
I need to see to draw.
Yep, me too. Not to draw, but to do the things I'm gonna do.
And I mean that sucks. That means I won't be able to drive. But you wouldn't be able to drive if you couldn't see either. Like of the practicality ones, if you still want to be relatively functioning, touch would be the one. But touch is such a big deal to have no
But doesn't that
sense
mean
of
that you're like quadriplegic?
sense of touch. It would just be like whatever you wouldn't feel
Numb.
anything on your body, like your
Right, I know, but I'm thinking like logically, like if your nerves are all severed,
just on your skin.
just on your skin. Okay, if it's just on your, so you wait, but you could feel inside. So if
I
somebody
guess you
cut
could.
you could feel inside. So you'd not be able to feel at all.
Yeah, but when I think sense of touch, I think touch on hands and on particularly skin. That doesn't mean like loss of pain.
But could you grasp a cup without a sense of touch?
You would have to train your eyes.
Yeah,
do
you'd
it.
have to
You have
train
to be
your
like,
hands.
bend.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be. It would be like you're numb. You're essentially like you're numb all over,
Right.
all over.
Because
your
you wouldn't
skin.
know how the pressure that you're putting on the cup.
Even
Yeah,
eating
you wouldn't
would
know.
be very hard because I feel like that's also part of the touch
Oh yeah.
aspect of it, like
Okay.
touching the texture of
I think
food.
hearing is probably the
I think I'm gonna
Hearing's
go.
is like the next one up in the sense of like you could probably you can live as a normally functioning person without your
But
hearing.
here's the thing.
You just have to
I
learn
think
sign
I
language.
honestly think though smell. Smell
Smell.
is the one to do.
Yeah.
Because even though you don't get to even though you don't get to taste food anymore, it doesn't inhibit really anything else. You would just chew
Yeah.
food
True.
and
It's
take
smell.
and take it's smell. That's
And
the
you
best
just eat
one. to
hella
lose.
spicy food.
You just
Like that's it.
Why do I have such?
I
Like,
know
why am
somebody
my
who
body?
doesn't-
Why is my stomach dying?
I
Why
know
does
somebody
such a
who
bad
doesn't have a good
stomachache?
sense of smell. Like they don't smell anything.
Yeah,
What's
and
that?
they
I
probably
know
function
somebody-
just
yeah,
fine,
no, they're
right?
fine. They're perfectly
fine.
fine.
And
They
it'd
get-
make it way easier to eat healthy foods.
I need my music to pump me up. I need the visuals to see. I need to feel people.
See, I'd go the opposite.
I gotta
route.
feel people.
If
I
I
gotta
didn't
touch them.
If I couldn't, if I couldn't smell anything, I would just eat garbage. Like I would just eat worse because it wouldn't matter. It would just be like.
But see, if it
well, I
doesn't
mean-
matter, then no. But it matters to your body, but it doesn't matter to your taste.
it would
So
be
you
a-
could eat tons of healthy stuff, and it would taste exactly the same as fat.
It
and
would
stuff.
become more of a texture thing.
Yeah, it would.
You
That's
know?
what's interesting.
Fine. Okay, all right. I changed
So
my
it
mind.
depends
I would
what
go
kind of
back-
texture
I would
you're
go, I
eating.
guess with like smell.
It
Yeah.
all sucks. We're just saying.
But smell is the one
Uh,
that's got to go.
That's
I
the one that's
like
got to
We
go.
knew it from the beginning.
All right, we're gonna everybody cut their noses off.
Eh.
We're doing it for the podcast.
Next question.
Next question. Okay, so so I told
Another.
Another one.
one more. I told people to tweet at us questions,
Okay.
Did
and
they?
and so we got
You're
a
looking at me like if it's bad or not.
no.
Oh, okay.
It's one that's gonna be hard, I think, but it's not bad. Zach,
Zach Taylor?
no.
Oh.
Cherokee
doesn't listen to
OW on Twitter asked us, since I can ask questions on here now,
Okay.
I need an all-time favorite TV show, movie, video game, or personal experience. Just what's your favorite thing that you've ever seen or done?
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's heavy.
I know.
Okay, I will say this. This may not be a fun question, but I will say that, and I'm not even gonna have the full answer for this, but whatever. The last time something probably impacted me, well, two things. One, I think Dark Matter impacted me a
The
lot.
book.
The book.
Oh my God, I can't believe it impacted you as much as it impacted me. 'Cause it
Yeah.
impacted me like crazy.
It impacted me a
It's
lot.
like a life-changing experience.
Yes, it did. And then the second thing I think was
Good work, Blake, if you're
yeah,
watching.
Blake.
Wait, it's like wait. The question's life changing.
No,
What
it's
is it?
just,
Or just-
what is your favorite thing that has like movie, TV show, game, personal experience? Like, what's your favorite thing that has ever occurred, or that you've read, or that you've done?
Favorite thing? That's so hard.
I know it's a hard one. It's
can't-
not a bad
That's
one.
too broad of a thing.
That's
No,
why-
it's like
that's
your
why-
favorite.
that's why I'm saying the
Like if
most-
you're ranking your favorite things ever, of anything.
I mean, see, that's so
It's a
broad.
hard
I have
question.
to just answer my most recent one, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
the Dark Matter, and then actually, as lame or whatever it may sound, the last couple episodes of Legion, like,
Really?
yeah, 'cause they kind of affected me the way that you kind of have to like, I don't know.
I never finished watching it. I should.
You know what's
finish it.
funny is because we started watching it as a class in the editor bay. We used to watch together in the editor bay
Yeah.
at SourceFed, and then when SourceFed ended, we didn't watch the last couple episodes, so I had to watch it on my own like months later.
Yeah.
Aw.
And I think it was just the last couple episodes about how, certain thoughts prevail in your brain and how it will try to fool you and control you, and how actually you're the one who needs to take reign of those thoughts.
Right.
And I think just something, the way that it was done, it's like art, it's like beautifully done, beautifully performed. It's just a well done piece. And I think just that message in the last two episodes hit me personally. You know how, you gotta take control of the reins.
Yeah.
So, but the most favorite thing, I don't know. That's hard.
Well, I think that's
pretty good.
Yeah, it's hard to do that. I mean, I
But
think
that's-
as long
I think
as you
those
do,
are the-
yeah, like things that impacted you the most. I don't know. I think that we have different things that impact us over, like different
See, you
things that
keep
impact us.
changing the question.
I know it's like your favorite thing.
You said favorite thing, not the thing that impacts you the most.
well, but those can
And
be
I
the
was-
same thing.
I'll say my new
They
favorite.
can be the same. They're not mutually exclusive.
I'm just gonna start spitballing. I'm just gonna keep going with
Yeah.
this until you guys. My new favorite fandom, besides reading Harry Potter.
Thank you.
I'm reading Harry Potter, Chapter 2.
Harry
Chamber of
Potter's so
Secrets.
good, right?
It's really
Yes.
great.
Okay.
Yeah. My new favorite fandom that I'm getting into is called Winona Earp.
Oh, are you watching? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's on
I've heard so many things about it. I've never watched it, but I've heard that I would
Well,
like
I have
it.
no idea what this is.
I'm telling you guys, it's on the cusp of coming big because it's only on season 2. You know what I mean? You know, like
Okay.
season 3 and 4,
Yeah,
things start getting picked up.
It's
you
a
know,
Western?
it's it's a Western on the Sci-Fi channel.
Sci-Fi
channel.
Okay.
Season 2 just ended, and I saw the first season on Netflix.
Can you give us a log line?
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know anything.
It doesn't have to be a good log line.
No, it's gonna be terrible. This is how you should not do log lines, everyone. So Wyatt Earp, everyone knows Wyatt Earp. There was a curse put upon him because he killed this like demon child. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So from then on, his heir, and from then on, Jesus Christ, I cannot do this right now. Wyatt Earp killed about 77 people. Okay.
This just changed a lot. You're like, he killed this one demon
Okay,
person. Just kidding. He killed 77
Right.
people.
He was killing a lot of people at the
Okay.
time, okay? And he accidentally killed this demon child. And you're like, you know what? Fuck you for killing my demon child. I'm gonna put a curse on you
Who?
and the
Who did
people you
that?
killed. This witch.
witch,
This
okay.
witch.
What a witch.
Okay. And basically what happened
Was
is
her name Galena?
No, she was the stone witch.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, that's right. No,
spoilers.
but
Really.
every generation, the people who have died come back from hell
Yeah.
to reign again, and the only way to end the curse is that the heir of Wyatt Earp has to eliminate all of the people again.
Yeah.
With a gun called a peacemaker.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get characters like Doc
yeah.
Holliday. He comes back.
Yeah.
Because he lives forever. I don't know. I'm put on the spot here.
It's mystical history
Yeah.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like what you call it. What was that show?
I feel terrible that I couldn't get that log line. I'm sorry, everybody.
Winona
God.
Earp,
There's another
Winona
show.
Earp.
you deserve better than that.
You deserve better than what I just did. I'm sorry. I apologize to you. Emily Brent. Is that the creator of the show?
If you like that, you'll probably like. What is the name of the show? It's on Fox. It has the Headless Horseman. He came back.
Sleepy Hollow?
Sleepy Hollow?
Yes, it
Yeah.
has a similar thing where it's just like the
Oh, it's based on a
American
comic.
Revolution was actually like also
Yeah.
about like the horsemen of the apocalypse and all this
It's
stuff.
It's a thing that's given every generation. Winona doesn't want to take the credit, but she has to take up the reign of
I like
getting
she also
Peacemaker.
got the name Winona. Like she
Winona. and then there's a character, Doc Holliday. That's how she calls her. Winona.
Winona.
Winona Earp. I'm going to get that witch. He's my favorite character.
I'm trying to think. So, like, one of my favorite memories, I'm not sharing because that's personal. But the other ones,
All right.
because that was just my thoughts. Like, I was just like, wait, like impactful or like just nice or like so I'm like, my brain's just, like bouncing around to different
Right.
things, and all the things I'm bouncing around, I'm like, no, I'm not sharing that though. That's mine. That's like my like little thing to keep for myself. It's nice. But like other like big memories of things that were just great are like episodes of Sailor Moon that went like the first time of watching them and like having those particular storylines hit me. Like I've like those are like the first time I've cried over TV shows. Like and cried of like happiness. Like
Yeah.
like not of like, oh I'm scared. This is just like, oh my God, the thing I've wanted to happen in a TV show
Right.
happened. And up until that point that's usually doesn't happen in cartoons. Where like continuous storyline, like you know,
Yeah.
it's like early '90s.
Right.
All American cartoons are every episode's like a
It's
one-off
a one-off.
thing.
Yeah.
This was the first time I was watching a show with a continuous storyline, where there was consequences for actions and stuff. And yeah, it's a monster of the day, but still, like there's an arc, and then arcs paid off, and I was just like and I like bawled because I was like, I can't believe it.
That's
Like
beautiful.
they revealed that she's this, and oh my God, like they broke up. What? Excuse me? Oh my God, they're back together. Like things happened, and it was very like important to me to see that, and I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of things that I really love, so it's hard to like narrow it down, like you guys were saying.
Yeah.
I think there's personal experience things that are, like I loved getting engaged. That was cool.
Mhm.
That was probably like the crowning achievement of my life so far. And then I mean, just recently at the there's like personal things like but related to art as opposed to like personal experience things. Like when I was in college, the thesis film that I made, when we found out that was like one of the 3 that was chosen to tour the country. That was like one of my
That's very
favorite things
cool.
that I've ever, because it's like you go through my entire high school career where I was like trying to build up to like I wrote and directed a feature in high school because I was like I have to get myself out there. I have to like build a thing, and then you finally get into the college that you want to go to, and then you're working for 4 years to like make the thing that you want to make, and then you finally actually make it, and then it actually is it does well, and like that was one of those moments where you're like, I think I could do this,
Yeah.
you know. So that was a really cool moment, and then just recently, with Planet Born, because Planet Born just sold out. And which is really cool.
That's awesome.
Yay! Just the first printing of it. And we took it to a place called an event called Unpub, which is like an unpublished game event in San Diego. And I've already told you guys this, so I'm telling it more for like the podcasters. But yeah, we went there, and basically a bunch of people test your games, and we got a perfect score. So that was really cool too, because that's like, you know, it's something I haven't done.
Yeah.
Like I haven't made games before. I've worked on gaming stuff. I mean, we were kind of looking at it today. Like I've worked on things that are gamified. And so I understand the mechanics and like I get the math, but like just to go and take a thing that I've made to people that are actively trying to find things wrong with it.
Yeah, someone tried to break his game, you guys, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah, somebody tried to break it, and
I will break you.
And yeah, and it was they were like looking at the statistics and like trying to figure out, and so it was just cool to have that moment where it's like I've made a thing, and it stood up to a community that was actively trying to like figure out how to not make it work, you know. And what's cool about, I'm gonna go on a little rant. What's cool about games and why I really enjoy them, as opposed to like, because a lot of the, I do a lot of writing, and a lot of the stuff that I have at the cons, which by the way, we're going to be at LA Comic Con. So if you're in LA and you want to come to LA Comic Con, we're going to be there. We're going to have a table there.
Yeah, I'm going to be there Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Not Friday.
Not Friday.
Dates?
The 27th, 28th, I believe.
28th and 29th.
27th, 28th, 29th.
Yeah.
All 3 days. So we'll be there. I'll be there.
So Hollows Eve.
All Hallows Eve.
Okay.
But yeah, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing is written, and so it's series based. So you like continually are writing it. Where a game, once you craft it and you've made it, it's a thing that lives, and people can play it the same thing over and over and over and get new stories every time. You know, which is really cool because you make a thing, you create the framework, and then they're actively like creating a story through the battles that they're waging every time they play it. So it's like you don't have to continue to write, all the time.
Right.
You created a creature that writes.
You make a thing that writes itself. So anyway, that's my philosophical rant.
Soon people will have their own podcast, and they'll be like, "Hey, what Planet-born character would you be?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. Maybe one day. All right, you want to do one more question?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going fast.
If money is no object, what is something extravagant you would put into your dream house, or just something you would buy? What's something you would buy?
Because we were talking about this earlier about Club
Roller
33.
coaster.
You would buy a roller coaster?
I put a roller coaster in the back of my house.
Okay, I want to change the question though, because I think that it would be interesting to see something extravagant that you would just own. Doesn't have to be in your house. What's something you would buy?
We were talking about this earlier, which was like membership to Club 33.
Oh yeah.
In Disneyland. If you didn't know, Disneyland has a secret
You can't
club.
put that in your house.
Secret club where you essentially pay way too much money to be part of a secret club just to be able to go to a secret restaurant in the park. Google it, Club 33. It's dumb, but I want it and I want to get in.
So
I don't want to actually pay for membership. I just want in. I want to.
just wanna be in.
What do you want to do?
I just
wanna
want to go
eat
in
food?
there, eat the food, and go. I was in here and be done, because that is a lot of money for like I could go in this secret spot. Like the practical side of me is like, no, Star, don't do that. But if somebody has membership access and wants to take me, I would gladly go. Please,
Yeah.
please.
Please.
But
So it's something that we can buy that goes in our house that we love.
No, it's gonna be. Well, I mean, that is the original intent of the question. I want to modify the question to be what if money was no object? What's something extravagant that you would buy? That you'd spend your money on?
Ooh.
A really nice apartment.
I know.
In LA, it would be like, oh, I would own a house in LA.
Yeah, how weird is it that like that's just our dream is just to own a
It's a
house.
House in LA, if I could do extravagant, it would be, I could tell you, it would be a 3-bedroom house to myself. This is like, if there's more people in this house, then there are more rooms. But for myself, a 3-bedroom house that has a pool. It has one room is for my like gym pole dancing situation. Another room is my office. The third room is my bedroom. There's a living room space. There's a patio
She's thought
along
about
with
this a
this
lot.
pool. I have barbecues all the time. There's people who maintain it so that I don't have to like.
You got a pool boy?
Yeah, I have a pool person and pool person. Because pool boy just sounds so young.
You got a pool man?
That sounds like a teenager, and
Pool.
I'm just like, that's no. But yeah, like a little pool man, that would be great. And I would have a garden, and it would and I would have a fruit tree. I need some type of fruit tree or avocado tree in there somewhere.
This is
And
very
it-
detailed.
And
I
it would
love
have like pink flowers, the tree with the pink flowers. I don't know what it's called, but you see them all over
Blossoms.
LA.
Yeah.
It's like
It's a
they're like
it's
those
the
big bushes
cherry
that have like the
blossoms?
giant
cherry blossoms.
No, those are light pink. These are like the magenta pink ones. You know what I'm talking about? They're like all over LA. Like you pass by a nice house and it's just like there's like that giant tree
I pass
with
by them
all
all the
bright-
time.
That's how you know you're at a nice house when you got fuchsia flowers.
And this house would be somehow centrally located where all my friends can visit and hang out and like it's great. So it would probably be like somewhere like actually like middle of Hollywood at this point.
You'd live-
so I
yeah.
could like be close to work, close to friends.
Hollywood Hills.
No, not
Fairfax
Hills. Not-
District.
no, never in the
Fairfax
Hills.
District.
Not Hills.
The Fairfax District.
Fairfax is probably okay. Like
What is that? I don't know what that is.
Larchmont.
That's where ground.
This is getting very specific.
Like around like
This is getting
around-
very
On Timmins
inaccessible.
Street.
maybe like around
on Clinton
This is-
Street.
no, maybe
This is
like
very
corner of
inaccessible
Rosewood.
for anybody
okay.
besides people in
like
LA.
around Larchmont. Is that
Yeah,
there?
Larchmont Village is cool.
Like
I
that
don't know what
area
that
ish. That's kind of centrally.
All
Not
right.
in the hills because then I can't walk around and go to the grocery store. I need to be able to like. Walk.
Oh, that's true. That does make it hard.
Yeah, no, going in the hill because then also there's no parking in the hills. You can't like have people over.
That's the worst. You can't have people over. They can't comfortably park somewhere.
They need to. This is a area where people could come visit and hang out, and it's easily accessible. You don't have to worry about parking fees. I either have a shit ton of parking space somehow in this place,
Yeah.
which is I also know that's the most impractical thing of all of this.
Yep.
But they have houses that have like a huge space for parking.
Maybe I own like a compound or some kind.
That
But
sounds dangerous.
It
no.
does.
But
That's-
I would just be like everybody live like in the other houses than I have the main house. I don't know.
You could have a lot of cats.
Oh man, I know all the cats.
Yeah.
I'd have cats and dogs and owls and it would be cool.
I would want so I would buy a warehouse, a nice warehouse.
Uh-huh.
And then I would just build a huge creative space
Yeah.
where people could come and just write and make things
Yeah.
and do things
That'd
and
be
like
dope.
just a giant where all the artists and all the writers and all like the sculptors and everybody could be in one big space. Not like a and I would just want and it would be free to come and there'd be supplies there so you could just use
You want,
whatever.
so you want like a free WeWork.
Sort of, but I want it to be like open space and that like
See, you could combine both your places in one,
I
and that'd be
know.
amazing.
It'd be
no,
really
You go
cool.
live in
I'm
your
so- here's the
compound
thing,
and
if-
then work in this warehouse space.
Here's the I'm real selfish.
But you would
this is
be in
my
the private
space.
quarters.
My space is for me, but I also want
you-
company all the time. But when it's time for me to be like, go away, I want everyone to be able to go home.
I imagine your thing being like a suburb area. You got the main house, and you got a little houses
Well, I
around.
want to still be like I don't. I guess to me, suburbs mean far away from everybody.
Oh, well, I mean, like
I don't want to
and-
be far away from like I want people.
you'll be close. It'll be like in-town suburb.
I want people to be able to come over and hang out and like hang out in the patio, backyard, like and like have like a nice
playing with the dogs.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I want to if money is literally no object, if you want to like be a part of it, obviously you'd be making things on commission for people, like you'd be making art and stuff for on commission, but I would ideally like make it so that we're giving everybody who's a part of it universal basic income so they could go and live where they want to live and just make art all day long and just make cool shit and just be creative and just not have to worry about actually make. But see, that's utopia, and then you get downside, and
Yeah.
then things go
I was
wrong.
gonna say, I'm like,
but
that sounds like I've had this idea of if I won.
if it didn't go wrong,
If I
would
won the
love it.
lottery, and if it's only when like the lottery's like at a super big jackpot,
650 million.
like stuff like that, yeah, where I would buy an apartment building,
oh yeah.
and I would make and because I'd want like because rent's so shitty, but the goal of the apartment building is because I also want to live near all my friends. I rent those apartments out dirt cheap. Essentially you'd be free except you pay for your own utilities because I feel like you still need to pay something to like have a sense
Value
of
it.
ownership and
Yeah.
value it. So it'd be like you're paying your utilities and like a basic maintenance thing, which would be very inexpensive. But the way you could sustain is you have to be creating something.
Yeah.
Period. Just something. It doesn't have to be finished. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
good.
It doesn't have to sell.
It doesn't have to sell. It's just, are you working on something creatively and there's evidence of it? Like, not like, oh, I'm just hanging out and it's in my head. No, like, you got to be actively working on it. And I feel like everyone would get, everybody would get 1-bedroom apartments, so it's enough to be comfortable and cool. But if you wanted to actually expand and grow, you're motivated to, like, leave as well if you need to. It's like a weird, like, it's like a little, it's an artist compound situation.
Okay, so I love.
And I would live on the roof because it would be cool to just like pop in.
Literally
and,
on the roof.
like a penthouse situation.
A penthouse. Okay.
You'd go up there with your tea, looking up, and like, wow, what a beautiful day. You know, you own
And
it.
but like everybody would come upstairs for like movie night.
Yeah.
Like it's still like a relatively open space, and like there's a pool and like a common area where people can hang out and talk and chat about what they're working on. And it's again centrally located near grocery stores and Starbucks and all that stuff. Like I just want everybody to like hang out. Yeah, but Target would be awesome. Yeah.
I put a Target in my house. I put a movie theater in my house,
Yeah,
and that way I could just
put
go
a movie
to Target.
theater in your house.
Go to Target, get the
IMAX?
shit I need. Put an IMAX theater in my house.
So I think you two just stole everything that I love.
Oh no.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to this compound, to
Okay.
the We Stay Late compound. I'm going to add an animal section.
Okay.
So we have the living, the working, and then just a bunch of animals, bunch of dogs.
Like what kind of animals?
cats,
Dogs. Okay.
I don't
Llamas.
know, llamas, maybe an elephant or two.
Ooh.
No,
That's pretty extravagant.
That's true.
I like it.
Am I-
No,
was like,
I applaud it. It's bold. It's
I'm
a
okay
bold
without
move.
the elephant. You know,
So
elephant
basically,
cool.
we're
Acres.
describing acres. Safari.
Okay.
A safari in the back.
Okay, no. A safari.
A safari.
Any animal, you know.
What if we had a
But
safari?
But a bunch of, at least
So you're
cats.
turning the compound into a ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, at least let's start out with cats and dogs the first year. You know what I mean? And then as it progresses, when I'm like 60 years old, it becomes a safari. You know,
Okay,
we've
all right.
made movies. We've had a lot of
I
people
wouldn't
sing
mind
a lot of
adding
epic, a lot of great
an
Gatsby
aviary
parties.
thing. That'd be cool.
And then while I'm 60 or 80, I'm like having, you know,
And then you give up your body to the animals, and they eat you when you die.
yes.
It'd be real fun too if we had like if money was no object again. If you had themed parties in the compound where like you made it so that everything was 80s, like literally 80s, or everything was like, you know, you were able to like time travel in a sense, like just for a night,
So unlimited money, and we time travel.
but not actual time travel.
I
Like
figured
you'd set
I took
it up.
that as literal, like you're like we're gonna time travel. I was like,
you would
wait.
just set it up so you could like you could have a fantasy, and it would be like you literally would you'd redress the entire place to be like this castle, and you'd have
epic LARPing.
epic LARPing. You'd have dragons. I don't know where we get the dragons, but
I don't know. We could figure that out.
figure it out. We just do giant projections of dragons into the sky.
Oh my god.
We could project. Yeah,
How are we gonna make this happen, you guys?
Money?
we just gotta start a
God.
Patreon. That's what happens when you start a Patreon,
Yeah.
right? You just become filthy rich. Isn't that how that works? I've heard that's the algorithm. Is it's small podcast
Yeah.
plus Patreon equals filthy rich.
Well, probably. I mean, a GoFundMe would probably be a better shot at that.
Except the whole idea is that I'm paying for people to live there, but they're paying me to pay them to live there. I don't know if that would work out.
No, I'm just like, hey, start a GoFundMe for several $1 million, and we buy an apartment building.
Shit,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
God, I think, man, I would have to look. I assume like a basic 12-unit apartment building is probably like between like 11 and $14 million in LA. Like
Yeah.
a
I want to
basic,
buy. I want to
basic.
buy this building.
This building?
Yeah.
Christ. Ugh.
Just level the floor
Yep.
so it's one huge thing.
Yep.
It's not zoned right. you can't live here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Money.
Damn, money, unlimited
bribe-
money. You
You'd have
could
to buy
zone
You could
it.
bribe
you'd
the
have to
politicians.
buy, like the apartment building like next door, not the hotel. But
I want to
like
build
the
a rocket
building.
and just go to space.
Now, we're on a whole different topic with that one.
Okay, sorry, I took it too far. I'm
did.
sorry.
Nah, I don't want to go to space. I mean,
you don't
want
wanna
to
go to
I want to
space?
go to space, but I want to go to space when it's just like
Was
not
chill.
experimental.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
It's
makes
like,
sense.
oh,
Sure.
they figured everything out, and all your creature comforts are good.
Yeah, that's true. It would be pretty terrifying.
I do want to do that thing where you go up and down.
I know. Me too. Me too.
Like
One
Sam-
day.
it's like
Life
what Sam
goal.
did?
Yeah, I've been wanting to do that since I was in high school.
We'll figure out a way.
I'm half.
We're
and
gonna
half
do
on
it.
that.
$5,000.
I don't know why you just do that in a perfectly good plane. Part of me's just like, I don't know, man.
I want to experience float zero
Zero
gravity
just go in a
once
pool.
in my life.
Just go in a pool and float.
No, I act like Spider-Man in the pool. That's what the pool's for. Or act like Superman in the pool.
like, just
You ever
go
do that? Where you get on the ledge and you just push yourself off and you're like, "Boo! I'm Superman!"
It's
And you
really
try
more
to
of
get to the other
Aquaman,
side.
I think, is more of what that is. But
Well,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you try to think you're in the sky.
Right,
and then,
right, okay.
And then Spider-Man, you're on the thing. You're kind of
Yeah,
keeping
you're on the
yourself
wall.
afloat.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then you push yourself
So
off.
you
and
know what anti-gravity feels like.
Yeah, but I mean, there's still some effort I'm putting. I want to like.
But also, there's a different sensation in your stomach when you're in anti-gravity.
What if that's how it feels, though? What if all this time it's just like, oh, no, it feels like I'm in a pool?
I mean, I'd be happy with that.
At least I'd know.
Yeah.
You know.
I guess.
Don't take this away from me, Star.
I'm not taking it away. I'm like,
Look,
Don't discriminate against his.
once we get 1,000 followers on YouTube, all these dreams will come
It's all
true.
possible.
It's all
so
gonna
go
happen.
subscribe on YouTube.
YouTube.com/we stayed late.
We have the URL now.
We finally got it. Thanks to viewers like you.
And go to FHP. Go to FHP. We got stuff there. We got Halloween is my Christmas.
forhumanpeoples.com/collections. Right? No. Wait. Shit,
I don't know.
I've forgotten it. I haven't said it in so
No,
long.
just Google it. It'll come up.
forhumanpeoples.com/collections/we-stay-late, I believe.
Seems like we could have gotten a better URL.
And go to Embryo.
Go to Embryo. Go to Ruby Whipple. We're
I
writing
didn't do that.
new
Oh
pages.
shit! I didn't update my Instagram. Let me update it today.
When this drops, there'll be a new page up past the page that went up today.
Yeah. Oh,
So
man.
go on there.
I'm failing
that's
on the
true.
socials today.
I mean, whatever. But yeah, go on there. We have more pages that are going up, and Star's working really hard, and I'm not doing shit. Because
Well, yeah, because you're waiting for me to catch up.
I'm
so
waiting
you
for
can
you to
keep
catch
writing.
up. And yeah, and if you want to come see us at LA Comic Con, Star and I will be there
I'll be hiding
on
behind
Saturday
the booth.
and Sunday. She'll be there. I'll be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Yeah, and then
And get a free egg.
get a free egg. We'll have free
You're
eggs.
giving them away this time?
Well,
They're always free.
Yeah, but they had to give them back to you.
Oh yeah, no, we're not giving them away.
Oh, okay.
No, you get what's inside the egg. I really want to fill one of the eggs with an actual yolk.
No.
No.
So they open it. It's like, oh, sorry, you got the
You got the yolk.
you got the yolk. You
The
get to
yolk
keep
means
it.
The yolk means you probably get all the things for free.
No, the yolk means you have to go to the bathroom and wash your hands. That's what the yolk means.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Planet Born's sold out, but we're starting a different. Kind of taking the notes that we got and all the things that we all the feedback we got from people and all the exciting things, and I'm revamping it, and we're gonna have another printing. I'm probably gonna do a Kickstarter for that, so that we get a even bigger breadth of an even bigger audience for that, since it's kind of just a marketplace, and so that'll go up soon. Probably next couple of months as I want to test out some of the new things I'm throwing into it, and then
Spencer's making it fancier, you guys.
I am. It's getting fancier. It's getting a bigger box. It's
gonna
getting
have dye.
It's getting a bigger box?
It's getting a bigger box. We have dye now that are used to keep track of the damage. There's a lot of stuff that's going into it. So
Spencer has
keep your
so
eyes out for
many
that.
dye.
I have
It's so
many
many.
dye.
Do we have them here?
There's so many dye.
I'm actually returning these because I'm getting themed ones. But yeah, we just have bags and bags. There's even more. There's just bags of dye. I have two more, just bags
With
of
dice.
dye. So, but we're getting. These are not what we're getting. These are going back
They're
to
not
Amazon.
good enough. He's
They're
going
not
to
good enough. It's
perfect
gonna
it.
be perfect.
Guys, I also feel bad that I really fucked up the log line from Winona Herb. Just
You wanna
look
try it
up.
again?
No, I'm not going
Okay.
to.
Oh God.
I know what I'm capable of, and that's not it.
Hey, at
Someti-
least you know. At least you know.
Yeah, know your weaknesses, everybody. You can really grow from that.
Okay. Are we done?
I think we're done.
Yeah, I want to go home.
I know. I want to go home.
I'm so tired.
Let's go home.
Let's go home.
We stayed late enough.
Yeah, we did.
What are we doing now? Are we kissing? Or are we clicking? Or are we
I do
snapping?
this.
Let's do little snaps. Goodbye.
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 Goodbye. I don't have an out this time.
That's the out.